What's up, coaches? Hope you guys are doing well. Here is Wednesday. A reminder, the warm-up is posted in a separate link at the top of today's page. Same repeated warm-up. I've liked this the first 2 days of the week. Feel free to plug in your own creativity here as you see fit. Our specific warm-up, we're going to dive into some squat prep with the front squat and the back squat. The goal is to talk some specific differences between the two and to really hammer on the points performance of the movements as a whole. All right, so what we're going to do is allow athletes to choose front squat or back squat for their strength piece for the day, which is the centerpiece, the only piece of the day. So we want to give them some specific differences between the two. What you'll generally find is people are comfortable with one or the other, or they have a pure preference based on how their body is built and how they feel. And maybe this squat prep will help them to determine what feels better for their body, and therefore they can make a decision going into that actual work. So the front squat with the bear hug, what we have is a 3-3-3 tempo to really emphasize that holding positions and doing this correctly. So we're going to have the weight in the front, we're going to bear hug, and then we're looking at a couple different things here. So for the front squat, we need to sit the weight straight down between the hips with an upright torso. So what we can't do in the front squat is aggressively kick the hips back. If the weight is in the front and I aggressively kick the hips back, I end up with a lean in the torso, and this is not the best position for supporting weight in the front. So what I want to do instead is I'm going to sit my body straight down between my hips. The knees here now have to aggressively track forward. There's no way to maintain a vertical shin in a proper front squat. All right, so that comes into play with what's going to be people's preference. They need to have good mobility to be good front squatters. So I'm here, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. On the way up, what I'm thinking about is my hips and my shoulders rising at the same rate. I'm thinking about pressing the weight up through my chin. So aggressive upright torso, weight's going to drop straight down between the hips. I'm going to pause with that aggressive upright torso, and then I'm going to press up through the chin. Hips and shoulders rise at the same rate. All right, we're going to go with 6 to 10 reps there. What I want to do is not make this coach's cue. I want to make this where you're going to explain the points performance, talk about it a little bit, and then just have people practice kind of on their own as you roam around throughout the room. All right, have them keep moving. 6 to 10 reps to general recommendation. It may be more than that for the front squat. Now let's talk back squat. So we're gonna do the exact same thing. There's more of a sit back in that back squat, and what that is for is the load is now moved from that front position to that back position. So in order to accommodate this, I am gonna kick my hips back a little bit more to get the best leverage. So from here, I'm not gonna drop my hips straight down like I would in a front squat. I need to accommodate the load, so I'm gonna do that by now sitting the hips back to accommodate now this back rack position. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on the back angle, accommodating the load by kicking the hips back more. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm pausing. My weight is over the ankle bones here, the same way it would be if I was in the front squat. Pausing at the bottom. Now I'm going to press up through the bar. 1, 2, 3. Hips and shoulders rising at the same rate is a principle that carries over between the two. So a little bit more sit back. Shins are a little bit more vertical. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, so the angle of the back kind of depends on someone's anatomy. Big long femurs, they kick the hips way back. The angle of the back may be like this, right? Where someone is a little bit shorter femurs, the angle of the back may be like this. It may look very, very similar to a front squat. You'll get to know those movement patterns the longer that you watch people squat. you'll understand that you do not force them into certain positions because their anatomy is very different. All right. So let's put this into practice now. So we're going to be setting the clock for 25 minutes. Over the course of 5 to 7 building sets, we're going to be building to a heavy 3-rep max front squat or back squat. Now, athletes have their choice here. If you have a beginner, we would probably prefer that they do a goblet squat here. I've got that in there as the fitness option as well, doing a 6-rep max, still using the same tempo. So our 3-rep max is going to be performing reps with a full 5-second pause at the bottom of each rep. This will help regulate those that are coming back from a long break, and it's likely that our bodies aren't ready for maxing, all right? It's also great here to maintain quality and to maintain consistency over the course of our repetitions. That 5-second pause really forces athletes to not overload the barbell and to focus on 100% technique, all right? All right, so use that squat prep session to nail down some intentions for the front squat and the back squat. And then as you walk around throughout your session, put those into practice with people doing the different movements. Love the 5-second pause here. It really gives you an opportunity to see and to make cues for the squat movement. All right, hope you guys have a great day. See you later.